This lesson we're going to start detailing out the front of the torso. First thing we got to do, because we're still in that Z-sphere mode, is we have to create our adaptive skin. So if you go down in the tool palette to adaptive skin, click make adaptive skin, you'll see right here it's creating adaptive 3D skin, and it's created it right there. So you just click that and the tool will be swapped. Can't actually see it, but it is swapped. This horizontal line we're getting right here, if we go to our draw menu, bring that over, front and back, turn off P line, project edit line. I don't know why it does that. And also hit X so that we have our symmetry. Okay, so if you go to geometry, you'll see that we're in subdivision level 2. You can go to level 1. It stores everything you do at lower subdivisions, it stores. Let's hit Control D once, twice, 3 times. That's our lucky number. So now we're at subdivision level 5, and we have some more detail. Now that we're going to start working on this this body, I would just want to turn off this floor so that we can really see what we're doing. Okay, so we have kind of a rough map of what's going on. For this, we could start working with the standard brush, but I kind of prefer the clay buildup. So for that, hit B for brushes, C for clay, and B for clay buildup. So BCB. Okay, and it's a little strong. The intensity here is 20, so let's just set it down to maybe something like 6. That's something I prefer. Just gives us a little bit more control. Okay, so I'm kind of detailing out the rib cage here. Not really detailing it, just kind of marking it down. And I like the clay buildup brush because when you draw with it, it kind of looks like a muscle. And then I like to just, as I'm doing it, just smooth it out. If this was like a male form, like a bulky, muscular, like Hulk type of thing, I wouldn't be smoothing as much. But since it's a female form, I want it to be kind of, sexy. I don't want it to be as bulky, so I'm just going to keep smoothing. So I keep kind of approximating what it would be like, the end result, closer to the end result. So all this right here is the abdominals. There would be one here, another one here, another one here, and then the lower one would be right there, and it would go all the way down to the pubic bone. But we're not going to delineate those in this case. We're just going to kind of blend them all into one thing. And there's our belly button. It's between these two. Okay, just kind of marking down where it's going to be. I also like to kind of put a little line right there. Separates the two halves. Okay. So we want that whole central area to be kind of one mass. And then right here, even though this is one muscle, there's like a tendon or some kind of tissue that tucks all this in right here. So if you look at it from the side, you just kind of see this, like that kind of pot belly effect right there. So it kind of dips in right there. And that dip kind of continues kind of along where you would see the swimsuit bottoms. Just that line, there's just this little arc right there. Yeah, just think of the way a swimsuit would go on. Right here is the iliac crest. That's the edge of the hip bone. That would actually be right there. And muscles attached below it, muscles attached above it, and it's one of the areas where you can actually, the bones coming almost right up to the skin. If you feel your hip, you can actually feel that iliac crest right there. So we'll kind of mark that down. And then right above that is our obliques. And that's our kind of love handles. So those kind of go up in like a S shape. So they kind of tilt down right here, and then in the back they kind of go up. And they form this cool little border right there. Okay. Let's make the ribs protrude a little bit more. Okay. Now the cool thing, I mean, the difficult thing about anatomy is it is so complex, and there's not really any like easy rules for remembering how it looks. It's more of a, I mean, it's just shapes in every direction, and they all change as you move around. But the good thing about anatomy, the easy thing about it is that everybody's a little bit different. So there's no, abjectly right or wrong way to do it. Everybody's got slightly different body. So I'm just rotating around this, seeing what looks right. This looks a little too flat to me, so I'm holding control, by the way, to subtract. And I think we need some more volume right here. There you go. It's starting to look somewhat right. Okay. Then right here, let's kind of delineate where the breasts come in contact with the rib cage. Of course, the armpit. Draw the edge of the breasts right there. And remember, they're not spheres, they're kind of a droopy, fatty bags. So don't think of them as spheres, think of them as just these kind of droopy, fatty bags that droop down and attach to the pectorals, which are up here. So here's our deltoid shoulder muscle. Okay, then from there, there's a little gap right here. Here's the clavicle. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Clavicle, which we always kind of draw with like a little S shape. Curves around, something like that. I'm sure I'm not getting it totally right, but that's close enough for what we're doing. And then the pectorals attach to the inside of the arm, and they're used to kind of flex the chest in. So they attach up here, and then they attach down here, and then from them down, the breasts hang down, and there's kind of fat that blends it all together. If you look at them from the bottom, they should be coming out in like a V. Now right here I'm seeing that they're kind of blending into the side of the body too much. So I'm going to fix that. And again, these could be all kinds of shapes and sizes depending on what you want. And also, one little thing to consider is, unless your character is going to end up being nude, they are going to have something on over them, kind of either pushing them together, pushing them up, or so, their shape will be changed by whatever they're wearing. So I kind of like to think of them as almost already, being inside like a, bra or some kind of whatever your character's wearing. That's looking good for a start. We'll continue this in the next lesson and get it a little bit more nailed down. Thanks for watching.